In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use centralized exchanges, okay? And I'm going to be using Bybit in this example, right? So this is the home page, right? This here is probably just a promotion, right? It's a promotion, so you won't expect to find this on the website on any other day. Okay, this is probably a limited time promotion. So this is Bybit, right? So we're just going to do a an overview of the site. There are so many other centralized exchanges, right? There's Bybit, there's crypto.com, there's Coinbase, there are a couple others, right? And if you know how to use one, it will be relatively easy to navigate your way through the others. There will be slight differences in user interface, right? That's to be expected, but for the most part, they all have, similar usability. So we're going to touch specifically how to buy, how to sell, how to trade, right? Leverage and spot trading, and then how to transfer, that's deposit and withdraw. Buy and sell is different from trade. It's just, trading is buying and selling, right? But it happens on the exchange. When I say buy and sell, I mean exchanging your crypto for cash. That's what I'm trying to say essentially. So yeah, let's get into it. So we'll do an overview first, then we'll approach each of those things specifically. So let's get started. We're going to go from left to right. So this says exchange, this says Web3. They have an option, right, for you to use the Web3, but Web3 your is a decentralized wallet, right? So this exchange is the centralized wallet. This is the centralized exchange that we want to learn about. So this Web3 is, one of their offerings. It's not what we want to examine in this video right now. So this is promotions, and these are just all of their offers, right? So their VIP program, affiliate program, broker program, and whatnot. This says learn, live stream announcements, Bybit learn, and all of that about us. Buy crypto, one click buy crypto within seconds, P2P trading, fiat deposit, crypto deposit. So this fiat deposit says top up balance via bank transfer or a bank card. And crypto deposit says instant crypto deposits to your account. So markets takes you to um all of the available pairs. Then this trading, you have spot trading, convert, ETP, leverage tokens, expand the derivatives trading experience. This says trading bot, OTC trading, spot X, pre-market trading, Islamic account. It's just all of the different offers they have, right, under. And so you see that this shows a couple of options. This also has a couple of options, spot X as well. Then okay, we just examined trade, so derivatives. Basically, these are all of the different features that this exchange offers, right? These are all of their products. You may not have to deal with each and every one of them, so that's also fine. But if you decide you want to explore, you can just come on and click through all of them individually. Mind you, I'm logged in, right? I'm logged into my account on Bybit. Okay, because I saw that I couldn't use the I wouldn't have been able to um show that's record this video effectively unless I was logged in. So I'm logged into my account right now. Uh okay, we're examining derivatives, then tools, finance, card, all of that. Not sure what this card does. But anyway, that's just, that's the platform. So let's examine buy crypto, right? So this is one click buy. Right. So basically this allows you to, you know, it says one click buy 65 plus fiat currencies and 100 plus cryptocurrencies at your fingertips. So basically it's asking me to pay with bank transfer, and I think there are other options. So bank transfer, cheaper cash, on ramp, this is a third party, MoonPay also a third party. So if I have a bank account, I can just transfer. If I have money in my bank account that is still fiat, right? In this case, naira, then I would send money and then they'll show me the exchange rate. 1,488 naira will equal 1 USDT. And then they're showing me the rate for cheaper cash also, which is slightly higher. But basically, this is, a very straightforward and convenient method of converting your fiat to crypto. So if you want to buy crypto, you can just easily do this. So these are the other options. This is P2P, which means peer to peer. So I would be transacting with somebody, some other person, right, who wants to sell crypto. So yeah, if I use this now you want to buy from somebody who has, a good completion rate, okay? Because there are unfortunately there are a lot of scammers on sites like this. So you want to deal with someone who this person has a really good 100% completion rate on 22,601 orders. So that this person is very, very, very reliable. Uh you just want to, especially on peer-to-peer platforms, you want to deal with someone who has a really high, ideally anything from 95% and above is fine. Okay, sometimes 90% if you are really pressed, but that's if you can't find anyone within your price range, because there are price ranges, right? So this person has available 1,512 to sell USDT. This person has only 77. So if you have, you know if your order doesn't match with someone who has a 95% and above completion rate, you can just go for someone with 90. So I think those are the two, methods of buying crypto that I would recommend, right? Then for selling, that's when you want to convert your crypto to fiat, you want to convert your crypto to dollars or to naira or to pounds, right? What you want to do is come to same P2P and then change this to sell. And then once you do that, you find people that are ready to buy from you. So essentially you are the seller. So when you check the person's rate and how much they are willing to buy, then you can just click sell USDT, and then it will be a very straightforward process. You select your payment method, all of that. You can use this filter to select your payment method and all of those. Okay, it's here. Yeah. So once you click confirm, sorry. Yeah, these are all of the payment methods. So you can just select specific payment methods that you want using this search button, right? So if I wanted to um say cheaper cash, no cheaper cash among the options, okay. There are a couple of options though. Wise, bank transfer, so many others. So you would have to have your information updated to be able to sell, right? And then your payment method has to align with what the person who is buying from you is willing to use, right? So like I said, uh you want to transact with someone who has a reasonably high completion rate. Anything from 95% is fine, but the least 90%, anything below 90%, just don't trade at that point. Okay, so this is all if you want to convert your cash to crypto, or you want to convert crypto to cash. So let's see how we can use the platform to trade. It's taking a while to load, but yeah. So we have, you know buy, sell. This is the order book. This shows the prices people are willing to sell, prices people are willing to buy at. And then this is the chart. We saw a similar chart on the decentralized exchange. So this is the 30 minutes chart. So each candle represents 30 minutes, and we can see that Bitcoin is on an obvious uptrend, right? So price was trading around here uh about 2 days ago, and it's trading all the way up here right now. So you want to insert the pair you want to trade right here, right? So you want to insert the pair you want to trade right here. So assuming I didn't want to trade Bitcoin, I wanted to trade say Ripple, right? Then I would find all the pairs with Ripple. So Ripple Euro, Ripple Bitcoin, Ripple USDC, Ripple USDT. Most traders prefer USDT and USDC pairs because USDT and USDC are stable coin pairs. So and stable coins pegged to the dollar, right? USDT and USDC are stable coins pegged to the dollar. So stable coins prices don't fluctuate as much as other cryptocurrencies. So when you exchange the Ripple, let's say you've made some profit and you exchange Ripple back for um USDT, it means you would preserve the value of your assets. So let's select Ripple USDT, and then we will just go here. The interface might be slightly different on mobile, that's on a smartphone or pad, but it's basically the same process, right? So let's say I wanted to buy 200 Ripple, right? So I would just set my take profit to whatever price I wanted, set my stop loss to whatever price I wanted. A take profit is the point where you want to exit the market in profit, and then a stop loss is the point where you want to exit the market in loss, right? So let's say you didn't want to stay in the market beyond this price, 0.5770. You would just insert that, you would simply insert that into the stop loss point, and then if you wanted maybe a price point of $1 to take profit, price is currently around half a dollar, so you wanted to take profit as $1, you would just set that price, right? And then you've put in the amount. This is a limit order, by the way. This limit order means you would only buy at this price, right? So the system would only match you with orders around this price, right? If you wanted to buy at market, then it would settle, your order would settle at this price, which is the current market price. And this fluctuates quite a bit, but basically this is the market price. So you see that there was a 2 here and it has changed to 1 in like the past 5 seconds. So yeah, that's basically is. Then you would click, buy, or you would click sell. So yeah, so you have limit order if you want to buy at a particular price, and then market order if you wanted to just buy at the current market price, what um most people are willing to pay at the particular time, right? So we've examined buy and sell, and it's the same process. We've examined buy and sell, and now we're examining trade. So for trading, you also have buying and selling, right? You also have buying and selling. So let's say we wanted to sell, right? So we already have Ripple and we wanted to sell. So it's basically the same thing. If you sell at market price, you would pay this price here. And then if you wanted a particular price, let's say you wanted to sell only at $1. So you'd have to wait for this market price to get to $1, and then input the quantity, and then you just click sell, right? So that's basically it. So if I wanted to sell at $1, I would edit that to 1, and then it would sell 200 and give me $200 USDT. Okay, then if I wanted to sell at market price, it will just sell at this current market price. So we've covered buying and selling, and we've covered trading. Okay, there's also that's for spot trading. There's also futures trading, right? That's trading with leverage. Margin trading allows you to use borrowed funds to amplify potential. However, margin trading requires additional initial and maintenance margins. Okay. Um, Not sure it's what I'm looking for. Let me check leveraged trading. Leverage without the risk of liquidation. Okay, yeah, I think it's this margin, right? So if you trade with margin, it means you are trading with more capital than you have, and this this leverage means 10x. So if you have a position of $10, it will enter a position that is 10 times your size. So that would become $100 position, right? So leverage trading is simply, same similar to spot, except you are trading with more capital than you actually have in your possession, right? So this exchange only offers as much as 10x. There are some exchanges that offer up to 50x and even 100, right? So yeah, that's that for trading. Then let's do deposit and withdraw. So for deposit and withdrawal, what you essentially want to do is either put money in your account, right? Because you've created an account, right, on this platform. So you either want to put money in your account or you want to take money out of it, right? So if you wanted to deposit, so they would ask you what cryptocurrency you wanted to deposit. So let's select Ethereum, right? And then they will ask you the blockchain you wanted to deposit from. Because remember, we're working with our blockchains, right? So different blockchains would have different addresses, right? So if I selected ERC20, which is Ethereum's blockchain, please confirm that you are depositing ETH to this address. And once I click acknowledge, it would show me an address, right? So this is the ETH address if I wanted to deposit ETH into my wallet, right? So I would just need to copy this and then paste it, wherever I'm sending the ETH from. It's just like a bank account, right? So let's say this is the bank account. So I would just, you know, assuming somebody else was sending it to me, I would just send them this address and then they would make the transfer to this address and it will arrive in my wallet. But let's say I was making the transfer myself from a different account, right? Let's say from a Trust Wallet account or a MetaMask or Phantom account, right? So I would just copy this, paste it in that wallet, and then execute the transaction. So, like I was saying, the wallet address will be different for every chain. So if I change this to BEP20, okay, it's the same address. 51C8, same address. Let's use Arbitrum 1, same address, 51C8. Okay. Okay, all of these are um all of these use similar address formats, right? All of these use similar address formats. So I think that's why the address looks like that. But let's use because I want to really show you the difference. Let's use USDT and then you would see the difference. So if we select ERC20, which is Ethereum's mainnet, and I click acknowledge, it will show me that same 51C8 address. But once I change it to Tron or Sol, let's use Tron TRC20, then I will show you Sol, and I click acknowledge. Now this address is different, right? Because it's on a different blockchain. Okay. And the address format is different. The blockchains might be different, but the address format is the same. But in this case, the address format is different. And same as Sol, right? So you see the address format has also changed again. So basically what you want to do when you want to deposit is send your this is your public address, by the way. So you send your public address, your wallet address, essentially. If someone else is sending you the funds, you just send them your wallet address, and then if you are doing it yourself, you just need to copy this, paste it wherever you are sending from, and then execute the transaction. So let's see how to deposit. Oh, so sorry, withdraw. So in the case of withdrawal, you are sending money out of the wallet, right? You're sending funds, crypto out of the wallet. But you also need a destination, right? So it has to have you have to have the wallet address for where this transaction is going to, right? So think of it like a regular bank account. Okay, if money is going out, it needs somewhere to go to. You feel me? It needs a direction. So this exchange offers internal transfers, which are basically sending to someone with a Bybit account, and then you just paste their email address. But we want to do on-chain withdrawal, right? So I already copied my wallet address of my MetaMask wallet, right? So I'm just going to paste that here for the sake of this uh you know lesson, and I copied my Ethereum address. Okay, so let's say I wanted to send USDT on the Ethereum network. So USDT, they're asking for the wallet address, so I will just paste that and then select chain ERC20. Right, so once I do that, then I'll specify the amount I wanted to send. Right, so right here they are showing me how much I have in the wallet right now, which is zero. But let's say I wanted to send 10. Right, obviously it won't work, but let's say I wanted to send 10. So it says the requested withdrawal amount exceeds your available balance, which is true. But essentially, if I had up to this, I would simply press confirm here, and then the transaction would be completed. So the main thing you want to do is, you when you're making deposits, you use the account wallet, right? That's, you're making deposits, a deposit to your Bybit account. You select the address, and you have to pay attention to the network, right? The network you're sending it. In some cases, you would be lucky that um the platform, whether a wallet or an exchange, would refuse the address that you are putting in if it's wrong, if it's on the wrong network. But in some cases, they would allow you put the wrong network, and then once you send it, you cannot recover your funds, right? Crypto transactions are irreversible. So you want to be sure that you pay attention and double check the wallet you are sending it to, ensure it is on the correct network, and then you go ahead and proceed. So assuming I had the amount I needed, I would send this hitch free, and then it will be received in the wallet that I'm sending to. So like I said again, you want to pay attention to the address, right? And then the blockchain that you're using. So the blockchain um wallet formats will be different for each blockchain. Okay, so now this particular platform sent me a warning, so I put an Ethereum address and I selected Tron network. So the error says the address provided doesn't match the selected chain type. And I said this right, some exchanges would give you this warning, but not all of them would. So you have to pay attention for yourself. Okay, so if I change this back to ERC20, which is Ethereum, there's no such error. So that's basically it. We've covered, how to use the most basic and most important uses of centralized exchanges, right? We examined how to buy, which is converting your fiat to your cash to crypto. We've examined how to sell, which is converting your crypto back to cash. We've examined how to trade, okay, buying and selling with trading, basically trading between different cryptocurrencies, trading back and forth within different cryptocurrencies, between different cryptocurrencies rather, and how to transfer. So you're sending your assets out or you're sending them in. So yeah, that should be all for this lesson. Thank you for your time.